Okay, I think that Jay-Z and Beyonce are master manipulators of the media. And I also think, yeah. And I think that they are to the point, they will manipulate almost anything. Like, I think it's bad karma to lie about the state of your marriage. Jay-Z is accepted by white America because he shakes hands and kisses babies. No disrespect, because I'm a fan. But nobody brings up the fact that he stabbed somebody and sold drugs. He gets a pass. Okay, I remember when he stabbed.
Girl, this gets serious right off the bat. Do y'all remember when Jay-Z and Nas were going at each other's necks in the 90s? From the diss tracks and heated interviews, the two rappers laid everything out on the table, and people were living for it. And don't let me even get started on the messy fan wars. But according to Wendy Williams, this beef wasn't about hip-hop at all, and it all started because of a woman. And not just any woman, it was allegedly Nas' baby mama, who Jay-Z got pregnant and used to taunt Nas. Wendy somehow managed to dig up one of rap's nastiest beefs, and now it's coming back to haunt the Carters.
People in New York City chose me, and Jay caught an attitude and started crying about it. And now they coming at your boy like, yo, Nas, you gotta be easy, because Def Jam paying them to do this, do that. Yeah. Nah, yo, I'm a rebel. I'm for the people, man. I ain't with all of that. You ain't got Donnie Ina, who's my man, paying nobody to protect me. I deal with my consequences like a straight warrior and a trooper to the death.
People sometimes forget that Jay had a whole life before Beyonce ever came into the picture. I mean, Jay-Z reportedly has at least 6 or 7 kids with different women, all before he married Beyonce. And one of those women happened to be Carmen Bryan. Carmen Bryan isn't a famous name that anyone immediately thinks about, but she was one of the few people who found themselves caught in the feud between Nas and Jay-Z. Now, just so you know, Carmen is the mother of Nas's first child, Destiny. Carmen and Nas met while he was still working on his first album. She was working as a receptionist at Def Jam and later Capitol Records, which was how she met Nas and later Jay-Z. While Nas and Carmen were expecting their daughter, he dropped his debut album. That album took Nas from a no-name struggling artist to one of the most in-demand rappers in the industry. Girl, everyone wanted to work with him, and that list also included Jay-Z. Jay reportedly wanted Nas to feature on the song Bring It On for his debut album Reasonable Doubt. But Nas skipped out on the studio session. No explanations, no apologies, nothing. That pissed Jay off, probably way off than Nas even realized. Jay-Z wanted to find a way to even the score, and that was when he made a move to Carmen. At the time, Carmen didn't know that there was this back and forth between the two rappers. All she saw was Jay's interest in her. And since she and Nas were struggling in their relationship, he was cheating, she was cheating, Carmen decided to lean into it and see where it goes. And Charlie, that was a mistake if I'd ever seen one.
How could you sleep with Nas's enemy? And the truth is, you have to ask yourself, when were Jay-Z and Nas ever enemies? Like, when were they nemesis, you know? The truth is, the dispute between these two individuals is a result of my affair with Jay-Z.
The situation got messy once Nas found out, and Carmen said, he was cheating, I was cheating. The problem was who I was cheating with. Had I been cheating with some nobody, that may not have been a problem. But I was cheating with individuals that were in the same genre of music. Jay eventually took a shot at Nas over the affair on his song Takeover. And this was when things went completely downhill. Once Jay-Z dropped Takeover, Nas was itching to respond. And he wanted Carmen around to show everyone that he still had her support, and Jay had no leg to stand on. The only problem was, Carmen was already pregnant for Jay-Z and was stuck right in the middle. However, after she had a miscarriage, it finally hit her that Jay was only with her because he knew it would rub Nas the wrong way.
At one point, you were pregnant by Jay?
Yes, I had a miscarriage.
Okay, this was before the whole
This
thing.
was, this was like before all of that.
How far along were you?
I believe I was definitely less than 3 months. It was the first trimester. It wasn't.
It was still early.
Exactly. Yeah, it wasn't anything crazy. It wasn't planned. It wasn't like, oh, we're gonna have this baby and, move forward with our relationship. No.
Okay. When you told Jay that you were pregnant, what was his reaction?
I told him after the fact.
Oh, you told him after?
I told him after the fact.
Okay, so he didn't even know.
No, I told him after the fact.
Jay also wanted to make a storyline out of it and mirror the feud between Tupac and Biggie after Tupac claimed that he had messed with Faith Evans when she was married to Biggie. It was only after Carmen cut ties with Jay-Z for good that Nas dropped Ether. Nas accused him of having a relationship with Foxy Brown, who has been bandmate with Nas in the firm.
Right. And now that Nas took a stand, people are starting to really understand, like how it is. And I just wanted to call up and let people know that this is what I've been trying to do for years. And I've always got that reputation, but at the end of the day, we made them pay up.
Yeah. Nas laid everything out on the table with that diss track. And it must have hit Jay-Z out, because when he put out Super Ugly, he was done with the subliminals. Once again, he really had nothing to say about Nas, except the fact that he had been with Carmen while she was still dating Nas. From what Wendy's saying, Super Ugly wasn't a well-thought-out plan. Jay wasn't expecting Nas to go deep with Ether, so he got emotional and tried to make a comeback. It was so bad that Jay's mother made him apologize for it because of the disparaging comments he made about Carmen and also their daughter Destiny.
And once I realized what Jay was doing, I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna allow him to belittle Nas anymore. Like, I'm the only person on the planet that could belittle this nigga. I'm not letting anybody else have that opportunity.
But once again, Jay-Z attacked Nas on the title track of his Blueprint 2 album, claiming that he was the better man, and he meant what he said on his Super Ugly track. And his mom wasn't coming to have Nas's back again. And child, this was all going around the time that Wendy was at the peak of her radio career. And for people who were active listeners, you know she was much more bold than she was on TV. She had insiders, spies, and receipts on everyone, including Jay-Z. Allegedly, all the while Jay was dating Beyonce, he was promising Carmen that he was going to marry her. But it was all to spite Nas. And according to Wendy, it was Jay who allegedly forced Carmen into a termination.
So I'm reading the article, nobody else's name is brought up. Then I run across what the couple found most, it's in the Inquirer. You gotta show the cover for legal reasons. And here's the article. Okay. What the couple found most difficult to deal with, says another source, was the fact that some of the rumors were being perpetuated by people they considered friends, like talk show host Wendy Williams. Well, first of all, you're not a credible source, because if you were, then you would know, I've never partied with them. I've never been to their house. I don't swim in their pool. Like, we're not friends. I'm a pop culture pundit and commentator, right? That's what you call it. Pop culture woman. And I talk about people and what they're doing when they're celebrities like you. So we're not friends, but I do like you and I respect both of their grinds, and I certainly am happy for the baby, but
Wendy had never been a fan of Jay. And according to her, this entire thing showed who he is. Usually, when a rap beef like this goes down, it usually affects the career of the part who loses. But Jay wasn't affected by any of that. And that's because he used the media to protect his image and brand, despite how he kept hitting Nas below the belt. And the internet definitely agrees with this. Someone said, all the women in this world, in all the countries, why do these guys always end up sleeping with the same women? She failed to recognize that Jay is studious, and recognized that he would have to learn his prey to claim his spot. He always had a plan and ulterior motive, and she was a means to an end. Jay-Z said that the reason he went after Nas and Prodigy is because they were both the best lyricists in New York. So I'm pretty sure that was Jay-Z's intention when he started messing with her. And in that sense, she is right that it was about her, but by Jay's design. Nas murdered Jay-Z on Ether. But what do y'all think about this? Sound off in the comments and make sure to like and hit that subscribe button. See you later, baddies.